Hey, what's going on, everybody? Gabriel Santos here. And in today's video, I'm going to talk about the difference between wanting an outcome and actually pursuing the outcome. All right, so what I'm going to share with you comes from my own experience. You've probably heard of this before. It's really nothing new for you, but I know that for people who really want to make a shift in their lives, especially when it comes to changing their weed smoking habits, or just goals in general. There's a big difference between wanting something, writing it down, saying that this is what you're going to have one day, versus the actual journey of walking that path. Right? So I'm going to use an example of hiking a mountain. All right? In 2018, I hiked the tallest mountain in the contiguous United States, which means every state except Alaska and Hawaii. Right? This mountain is called Mount Whitney. It's over 14,500 feet tall to the summit. All right? And so let's say my goal, right, to get to the top of Mount Whitney and back, right? Oh, that sounds so great, right? As I write it down, I'm filled with so many positive emotions, so much possibility, so much great things, right? Great visions. Wow, getting up there would be so cool. It would be so awesome. It'd be so, my life would have so much fulfillment, so much joy, right? Okay, so that's the saying you want it. That's the wanting to go get it, right? What is the actual pathway of pursuing that task, that actual manifestation? It's me working out 3 times a week, mega hard. It's me eating the right kinds of food 90% of the time. It's me having to hike smaller mountains in preparation. And then when the day finally comes to summit, it's carrying a 50-pound bag for 11 miles, waking up at 2:30 a.m. and then hiking another 3 miles in the snow when it's dark. Right? Really pushing myself on the edge of my own discomfort, pushing through my own inner demons, fear, and then finally getting to the top after not just the preparation, which was already months, not to mention the amount of self-talk and limiting beliefs I had to change, right? A person has to change in order to even get the preparation started, let alone completed. And then once you get to the top, you got to come all the way back down. You got to pack your tent. You got to make the food. You got to fetch more water. You have to tend to a sore knee, dehydration, 11 miles all the way back down. And after all that's done, finally, a goal, a dream becomes reality. Right? But what I didn't know years ago, when I had no experience with making things happen in my life, when I was just a depressed, anxious pothead, I didn't know that wanting something is different than pursuing it. And so as this relates to those of you who say that you want to make a shift with marijuana, if you want to know what the route actually looks like to getting there, it starts with the courage to actually want to change. And many of you have crossed that road before, right? The courage. The second part is having to say no and learn how to say no to the cravings and the thoughts. Another part is taking the time to discover other emotional coping strategies that take time, and you actually have to try them. Unlike with weed, where you just smoke a thing and you're done. You actually have to try new things. You actually have to step out of your comfort zone. You actually have to take responsibility for your life. You have to stop playing the victim card. You have to start taking responsibility for your actions and for your outcomes, your results. And so it's one thing to say you want to change, but to actually walk that path is a whole nother road entirely. In fact, they're not even the same at all. One requires effort. One requires searching within yourself. One requires getting out of your comfort bubble. It requires letting go of toxic things in your life, including your own limiting beliefs. And so the roads are different. And I just have to express this to you because I saw it so many times in myself, and I see it so many times in other people. Not just with, wanting to quit weed or change your weed habits, but with anything, man. Any goal, any kind of transformation or change that a person is trying to make. It's one thing to say you want an outcome. It's another thing to actually pursue it. And that's just a pill you must swallow. It is the nature of reality, at least in my experience so far. All right. So I hope that was helpful. I hope that gave you a sense of truth. I hope that gave you a sense of clarity. And maybe you're not yet ready to accept this, but I know many of you need to hear it. All right. I love you all. I'll see you in the next video. Peace.